Hi everyone, it's Kathy. How you doing? Come on in, sit down, relax for a few minutes. I was going to do something totally different. Well, first I cleaned out the refrigerator today and I said, oh, I have a lot of this left and a lot of this left and a lot of this left, and between New Year's and now, just before New Year's, what am I going to do with this stuff? So I took some of it and I froze it. And then I had a rotisserie chicken and I said, oh, I'm just going to take that. I'll put it in the crock pot. I'll spray the crock pot. I'll put some chicken, which I had taken off of the rotisserie chicken that I have. And I said, oh, that's quite a bit. That's good. That's enough. And I'm going to put in some rice, which I had pre-cooked, and there's also some that we had gotten that was left over from ordering Chinese food. And I said then I'll put a can of cream of something over it, and I had cream of rice, and I was looking for peas and carrots, and I didn't find peas and carrots, so I said, well, then I'll put corn over it. And then, of course, I'll use some onion powder and some parsley and some garlic powder. Everybody loves garlic powder. Celery seed. And I like this, smoked chili salt. And you get mostly smoked chili. It's not like you're getting all salt, because I wouldn't use it otherwise. It's very tasty. And you can judge how much you want to use. And then, of course, I had all this sitting in front of me, and I said, that would be so easy, but who's going to eat it? My husband won't eat it. He won't eat, he'll eat rotisserie chicken, but he'll only eat it when it comes in brand new. Same thing with if I cook a whole chicken, or I cook chicken breast. He'll eat it when you first cook it. After that, he doesn't want it. So that's not a bad deal, because even when we do eat it, we like the white meat, a little bit of the dark meat, but mostly the white meat. So the dark meat, especially when it gets close to the bone, and we will cut that off, and the dog will get that, and he really enjoys that. And the drumsticks, nobody eats the drumsticks because they kind of get especially if you get a rotisserie chicken. If you do it yourself, not so much, but when you get a rotisserie chicken, I'm sure you've seen the rotisseries. They go around and there's probably 5, 6, 7 different rows with 4 or 5 in each one, and they drip down on each other. So the skin on the drumsticks, usually just rip it off. And then we'll end up giving it to the dog as an additive to whatever he's eating for his regular food. He'll eat broccoli. He'll eat different things. He's kind of picky at times, but at times he will. I guess like anything else, they say if he's hungry enough, he'll eat it. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, no, this isn't going to work. Now what am I going to do with this? I got all this out. Fortunately, I didn't open either of the cans. So I said, well, guess what I'm going to do? Put it back in the container. And there's big enough pieces where I don't have a problem with making chicken with mayonnaise, salt, and pepper. Making chicken salad. A little bit of onion, celery, whatever you have on hand. I don't have a problem with that. Again, I'm going to be the only one that's eating it. Of course, my vegetarian won't eat it, and my husband won't eat it. If he did, he might pick at it, but that's about all he's going to do. So I said, okay. So I better put it away. And now it's kind of up in the air what I'm going to do with it. I will eat it. The dog will eat it. It's disappointing. When you have things that you can convert into other things and make it just as tasty or almost as tasty. And you don't do that. And then that's why I tend to end up having a lot of these type things stored up. And I don't buy them a lot. I'll buy like maybe if they're on sale or if they're in a dollar bin or whatever, like ShopRite will do with some of their soups. And the cream of soups usually are either that or chicken noodle and tomato. Now my husband will eat tomato soup. We had that for lunch. He ate tomato soup. Not a problem. Did you have a lot left over for your holidays? I had more. I mean, I have desserts left over. I still have a piece of a chocolate cake in there, a good size. And it was a Pepperidge Farm, so it wasn't that big to begin with. But we never ended up having dessert on Christmas night. This has got cookies in it that my daughter made and that I made. And she was given a gift of it's from Hudson Valley Sweet Treats, toffee caramel popcorn. We have a big box of biscottis, which are very good. And the good thing about them is they're individually packed, so they'll last a long time. We have full bags of potato chips. Those, like I've discussed before, I better get just in case. And if I know I open them, I'll be the one that starts munching on them, so I haven't opened them. They've been here for maybe 5 days. Pepperidge Farm cookies. The naan I bought with the intention of giving to my sister-in-law because she said she had never had them before and I was going to send them home with her. I forgot. And she's too far away to come back just for something like that. And she was retired for a long time, but she's back to work, so her time that she would have to want something like that bad enough to come and get that is probably not going to happen. What else? That's the biggest of things. I have some open things back there that are, like a little bit of popcorn in a bag, that kind of stuff. And I have I got a big bag of oranges, and I ate them. But it just seems like after the holidays, before the holidays over, you don't mind stocking up and having this and having that and keeping things on hand just in case. And then after the holidays, when those just in cases aren't going to happen, and this stuff is sitting here, and I hate like the dickens to throw anything out. That's the way I was raised. But we'll see. Now, did you also hear of a saying? I never heard it till this year, and I guess it's supposed to be an old superstition, wives' tale, whatever you want to call it, that if you wash laundry on New Year's Day, you're washing someone out of your life. Who knew? I never heard of that. And also that anybody who makes a New Year's resolution, there's actually a resolution date that resolutions are no longer followed, and that's the second Friday of the month. I think that's pretty funny too. The second Friday of the month. I would have given it a month. Believe me, through the years, on and off, in my head, most of the time I didn't say it out loud, and they say if you say it out loud, they'll last longer. But I would just say, well, I'm going to, I don't know, we'll say lose weight, or I'm going to walk every day, or I'm going to visit someone who I haven't seen, and I'm going to make the rounds on people that I've promised to visit and never visited. And usually after about a month, I'm done. And I kind of have a feeling that it stands that way with most people. I bought a bottle of rum. Ho, ho, ho. And a bottle of rum. And a half-gallon of eggnog. I know I'm the only one that eats eggnog when they come in the house. But I said, oh, it'll get drunk. It'll be finished. Hasn't been opened yet. But I do have a recipe which I might share with you very soon. It's a eggnog poke cake with whipped topping. And it's just a regular white or yellow cake, and you poke it with a wooden spoon when you cook it as per the directions on the box. And then you pour 2 cups of eggnog with 1 box of vanilla pudding, and you stir that up and you let it just partially set. And then you pour it into the holes of your cake. And then you need to let that sit quite some time. You need to let that sit like 8 hours. So it's something you'd want to do in the morning. And then after that, 8 hours goes by, you can put, you can make your own whipped topping, or you can put Cool Whip on top of it. And I understand it's excellent and something that people come back for. I saw that on YouTube, and I believe it might have been one of those shows where I think it was Mama Mel who does she does 2 a week, I believe, yes. And she was doing one night before the holidays, like most popular desserts, something along that line. And she made that, and I had already had the eggnog, and I said, oh, well, whatever doesn't get drank, then that's what we'll use it for. Okay. Weather-wise, terrible. Very windy, very cold. Very gray. They're calling for snow. I don't know if we'll get any. We had some snow yesterday, but only like squalls. Nothing that amounted to anything. So I did run around and got some errands done. But I don't know about today. It feels like it, and it looks like it's in the air. So I guess since it is, as I always say, January in New York, we're going to have to put up with it. But now that I'm seeing visions of sugar plum, no. I'm seeing relatives that went on vacation before, after, during Christmas and New Year's. I'm thinking, I should be footloose and fancy free. But then, shouldn't we all? All right, I guess I'll go. I don't have anything else to say or complain about or share with you. But I will come back, that I promise. I will come back and do I might end up doing it in 2 videos because of the length of time, obviously, that it takes to set up once you make it and put the eggnog in it. Then I'll come back and I will put the whipped cream on it and taste test it. I'm still lined up at the end of the month for knee surgery. I'm having physical therapy on my neck and shoulders from the car accident. But other than that, can't complain. All right, thanks again. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for giving me your time. I hope you're having a great new year. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you already haven't. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye now.